The Dusty Picture Book is a collection of writings from a friend of Breogan's. In it, he provides a few details of Breogan's quest to save Aegir from destruction, and gives a more in-depth look into the background of Stultifera Navis and how things came to be. I will now read my translation of it verbatim. In the preface of the book, the author claims that their name is of no importance. He is but a poor man far from home. To record the lives of he and his friends, to avoid having these records sink below the waves, he picked up a pen. Unexpectedly, the picture book seems to be popular with children, and childish doodles can often be found in the corners of the pages. Perhaps these children who grew up on land are also searching tirelessly through everything they can get their hands on, searching for their blurry hometown called Aegir. For some reason, the pages of the book have fallen apart. The story needs to be pieced together. Breogan convinced us. The current Aegir has sunken deep into a mud pit called pride. Our cities are falling. Our homes are lost to the abyss. But the consuls are still certain that they will emerge victorious. No, we need to look for a new possibility. We cannot forget that, although the ocean is vast, it is far from everything that encompasses this world. The people on land are weak and short-sighted, but perhaps there is a revolutionary power hidden among them. They suffer from a disease called originium, but they have also learned to use this strength. Breogan never promised that they have the answer Aegir needs, but at least it's a new path. I still remember the moment we stepped foot on land. The beach beneath my feet is no different from Aegir's, but for the first time, I truly felt what it was like to be caressed by the wind. These days, I occasionally dream. In them are glorious arches and a damp home. The place we landed on is called Iberia, an extremely backwards yet haughty nation. Seems like arrogance is a common issue among humans, regardless if they're from the land or the sea. We settled here, staying with the refugees who left Aegir due to the disaster. The land people call us islanders. But everything on land is still new to us, especially Breogan. He hasn't been this excited when he was called a genius in the Academy of Science. He's busy every day, asking around about everything, and has even gotten along quite well with the locals. I really can't stand his proudness. He called it the science of social interaction. A few days ago, he heard something that interested him from an old man, and decided to embark on a journey. To that, I wouldn't get my hopes up. We know far too little about this land. We can't be rash. Alright, I decided to join his team. Hopefully we won't die on the way. I have never touched water in this state. Soft, cold, beautiful, deadly. There is life in the soil. They say that when the spring wind blows, green shoots will sprout. How long have we been gone? 5 years? 6 years? We've traveled through Victoria's cities, witnessed the plains of Casimirsh, visited the great church of Laterano, and almost died in Ursa's tundra. Now we face Sargon's endless desert. Breogan was right. We are indeed approaching this truth. On our journey, we've had short contact with a few special beings. They are sometimes regarded as prophets, angels, or priests. Yesterday, Breogan officially paid one a visit. He had a name that was extremely hard to pronounce, and was only willing for us to address him as such. I hope I got it right. Breogan talked to him for a really long time. These magnificent creatures on land, these great beasts, possess unfathomable strength. Breogan is trying to come up with a hypothesis, but honestly I'm on the fence. The terrible enemies we face in the ocean do indeed have some similarity with the great beasts, but are also starkly different in other aspects. Hopefully his hypothesis only exists to be proven wrong. The fire here is hotter than any previous ones I have felt. Perhaps it is due to the incredible individual we are conversing with. I can feel it, All of us are incredibly excited. We are facing a corner of the truth. We've returned to Iberia. Over a decade has passed, but surprisingly not much about the nation has changed. But there are more islanders now, as it seems like Ager's situation is not optimistic. I'm starting to get a bit homesick. I don't know if my city is still alright. Breogan met a couple of new friends in Iberia. A priest named Carmen and an officer named Alfonso. They're together almost every day, talking about some great plan. Huh. He's still good at socializing. Maybe I'm just too introverted. I prefer to stay with my pen. Breogan told me that his hypothesis is becoming complete, and he has found a way to combine Agarian tech with Originium tech. He just needs an opportunity to go all out. Such as being appointed Iberia's chief ship designer. Breogan didn't just bring a golden dream, but also a warning from the ocean. It seems like most people ignore the latter. Those in power will often misjudge the strength they possess. The more powerful, the more so. Breogan will build a great fleet for Iberia. Even a fool can see the king's ambition. But, fine. Perhaps Breogan's right. We are only passengers of this land. Our ultimate goal is helping Ager. I've seen the ship in construction. From an Ager perspective, it is only so-so. But for a nation on land, it must have been a ship never before seen. Breogan and Alfonso named it Stultifera Navis, the Ship of Fools. My guess is that, although the two of them insisted on the name despite the pressure, they likely have completely different interpretations for it. Breogan always has his brows furrowed lately. He seems to have sensed that something will happen, or maybe he's just too tired. The king also assigned him the task of building the lighthouse and the harbor. He has been put on a pedestal by the Iberian media lately. Every outlet spared no words in praising him. But I know that he is looking at some place further beyond. His judgment has always been accurate, and I hope it will be this time too. When did Breogan bring his little handy? I would have brought mine if I had known. It always makes me the colors I wanted. He even bought an external upgrade component for it. That thing is expensive as heck. No one can win against their own desire, especially when you already know it's your desire. Once ambition blossoms, it will only grow, even if you know it will only call forth destruction. There is shadow where there is light. The fainter the light, the thicker the shadow. Do you hear the tides? It almost sounds like someone weeping. As a friend, Alfonso is absolutely qualified, but as a captain, fine, there's no one to compare him to anyway. Friends, we're all starting to grow old. Yesterday, Breogan complained non-stop about his new wrinkles. I think it's because he frowns too much. All the sounds disappeared. The tides are advancing. Such a huge wave, it will swallow all of us. Something must have happened to Ager. I must find Breogan. The paper has been soaked in water for too long, and the writing is illegible. Sea God, Ager, lost, Abyssal Hunter. This project is our last hope. I've searched everywhere. Where did Breogan go? He must have survived the silence, but his situation is likely even more dangerous now. Yes, he already foresaw it, but his preparations became proof that he summoned the catastrophe. Everyone says he's an evil wizard, that he made the tide swallow Iberia. Even being an Agarian has become a sin. The land people say the catastrophe followed us here. I just saw an Agarian youth beaten up in a corner, and the one who did it was the Iberian neighbor he normally got along with. Damn it, I have to find Breogan. No matter Ager's situation, we have to go back. The dusty picture book is complete, but where is the ending? From fragments of memories, it is revealed that Breogan died. killed by the very people he wanted to protect. He tried to fight the ocean, he gave everything he had, and he lost. Still, he found peace in the people's anger. At least they were still willing to be angry. They can still fight. There is still hope. He wishes them good luck.